Hello and welcome back, audience. My name is MassiveBrad and welcome back to my FIFA 20 Dortmund career mode. Now, before we get into today's episode, I just want to say a huge big thank you for love and support on the channel. And as always, guys, at the start of today's episode, we're quickly going to look at the games that lie ahead. Now, at the end of the previous episode, we did touch up on which two games we'll be playing and which one we will be simulating. We are going to stick with that, which means we are going to play our final game in the group stage of the UEFA Champions League against Chelsea in order to hopefully finish in that top position. Regardless of the outcome, win, draw or lose, we are going to be going through to the knockout stages of the Champions League, which I am very excited for. For the second game in today's episode, we're back at home taking on TSG Hoffenheim in the Bundesliga. And then the final game in today's episode is against Werder Bremen in the DFB Pokal. Now, the last game we played in the DFB Pokal was against Bayern Munich and we absolutely smashed them. But what we did say in the last episode is the DFB Pokal in English football is like the Carabao Cup. It's like the FA Cup. And right now with Dortmund, I need to put all my focus on the Champions League and the Bundesliga. And in the Bundesliga, we've been slacking a little bit. We've dropped too many points. We've unfortunately picked up a couple of draws. We've lost. It's becoming a little bit difficult for me to try and close the gap between us and Bayern Munich. And I do now believe there is 9 points between us and the first position of Bayern Munich. So all my focus has to go in to the Bundesliga games, which is why we're going to be playing the game against Chelsea. We're going to be playing the game in the Bundesliga against Hoffenheim, and then we will simulate the game against Werder Bremen. Now, if we do unfortunately lose, okay, we get knocked out of the DFB Pokal. It doesn't matter. We've got two much bigger competitions to be putting our focus into. If we manage to simulate that game and get the win, then happy days. But before we get into this first game against Chelsea in today's episode, first of all, I do believe this is the first Dortmund episode I am recording with my clean, fresh trim. The haircut has been secured, ladies and gentlemen. It's nice and short. It's not long. It's not curly. It's not wavy anymore. We've got a clean cut trim, which is exactly what you guys need to be seeing on Facecam. But a little bit different. My favourite part of the video, as you guys well and truly know, is reading out the comments, normally from the last episode. Because I managed to record two Dortmund episodes, the last two Dortmund episodes, which was Marco Super Royce, which was episode 26, and then I Need Players That'll Fight was episode 27. Because I recorded them on the same day, I unfortunately didn't get to read out the comments from episode 26. And obviously now, episode 28, I would be reading out the episode 27 comments. I'm actually going to cover both videos with the comment section. There's not too many, so don't worry. You haven't got to glide through or skip ahead. We'll fly through them nice and quick, and then at least I've covered the comments that you guys may have left from either of those episodes. So, the first episode was episode 26, Marco Super Royce, and the first comment coming in from Charlie saying, okay, so generally, what a massive result against RB Leipzig. Hopefully that can help the squad kick in for the rest of the season. What I would say though, mate, is I don't think you should bring Brandt back into the side. That's Julian Brandt, our left mid player, as he isn't performing for you and we seem to get huge wins without him there. You could even potentially sell him in the coming January transfer window and then bring in a star for the last few months of the career mode. Can't wait for the next one. Flex on. With Charlie, I fully agree. I think Julian Brandt and Delaney both being on that left side are causing us a lot of problems. Delaney in the last episode is starting to get his game back. I think he just lost a little bit of form. Whereas, as you said, for Julian Brandt, it doesn't feel like it's form. It feels like he doesn't want to make the runs down the wing. He doesn't want to get into positions to potentially score or get assists. He feels like he's very lazy and he's just lost all interest in football. So I totally agree with what you're saying over Julian Brandt. Moving forward, I don't think we're going to sell him. But I am certainly open for all of you guys to recommend a left mid. And the reason I won't sell them is we just don't need to, guys. We can keep him and keep that as a realistic transfer because Julian Brandt isn't looking to depart Dortmund anytime soon. But we've got 128.14 million euro in the bank with 480,000 euro on the weekly wage budget. So we could bring in any left mid pretty much that we wanted. So if you guys want to recommend some left mids, there's no reason why in 3 or 4 weeks' time when the January transfer window opens, we can't sign a new left mid. Keep rotating them with Guerrero. We've also got Brune Larsen, who I do believe is going to feature in today's episode in that left mid position. But right now, why Julian Brandt isn't playing for me, I think we'll leave him out for maybe 2 or 3 episodes, bring him back in, see what he's thinking, see what he's doing, seeing if he wants to fight for his place. And if he still doesn't, we just take him back out. But he'll only be coming on as a sub, and if we're 2 or 3-0 up, because I can't afford to be having a player that doesn't want to play for me in the current starting 11 right now. So thank you for that comment, Charlie. Marco said, Brad, I'm doing a Manchester United career mode. I need a suggestion for a left wing. Who would you pick? For me, Manchester United have been heavily linked in the past with Marco Asensio from Real Madrid, and also a player that I enjoy playing with, but I haven't played with on this FIFA, and that was Diego Jota from Wolves. He's a decent left winger, very quick, decent shot, so I would say Asensio or Jota should be the man for you at Manchester United. And last comment coming in from Niall. This is the last comment on episode 26 saying, don't know why I can never beat RB Leipzig. They always seem to beat my OP team on career mode. Niall, we've all got that OP team. That one team that you come up against, doesn't matter what FIFA, you always struggle. Mine is Napoli. When I am in the Liverpool career mode or the Dortmund career mode or any career mode, if I come up against Napoli, it's very, very difficult. If you guys have ever, if you went back and looked at me playing a game against Napoli, it's normally end-to-end stuff. There's loads of goals. It's always pretty difficult. Jumping now over to the comments on I Need Players That Will Fight, episode 27. There's only 2 comments. One coming in from RJPW Universe saying first. Thank you very much for your comment and well done for getting first. But as I always say to you guys, I don't care if you're first, second, third, fifth. I don't care. I just appreciate all the love and support that you guys bring to the channel. And the last comment coming in from S3RV1N. I believe it may be pronounced Seven. I don't know if that's what he's trying to do, like a sort of registration style name. I think it could be Seven. He just says, hi, with a waving hand. Well, Seven, hey to you as well. And that is it for the comment sections over, or the comments from the last 2 episodes, guys. I am now ready to dive into this game against Chelsea. We have had to rotate the team quite a lot, and unfortunately, our inform man Marco Reus is injured. I believe it was a bruised shoulder, and he's out for 5 days. So he should be back in time for... In fact, he may not be back in time for the next game, to be honest. I think we've only got a 2-day break from this game and the game against Hoffenheim. He might be back just about in time for the game against Werder Bremen in the DFB Pokal, but we'll have to wait and see if that is the case. I honestly can't remember when he is going to be back, but you can now see the lineup. Unfortunately, a couple of players that aren't fully fit in Delaney and Hakimi, and as I just mentioned, Bruno Larson has come in at that left mid position. Unfortunately, Rafael Guerrero is not fit to play in that position, and I don't want to play Julian Brandt, so a little bit of a rotated team. You see Havertz coming in that central attacking midfield rather than playing at that right mid position with Hazard and Sancho. Again, Marco Reus is injured. I want to bring Mario Götze on in the second half. Don't really have many other choices to actually play in that position. But we are going with Paco Alcacer up top in the striker position. Behind him, we've got Kai Havertz in the central attacking midfield. Larson, Delaney, De Hood and Hazard through the midfield. Hakimi, Sionju, Zagadou and Klosterman at the back, with Roman Berkey between the sticks. Let's get into this game against Frank Lampard's Chelsea and hopefully be finishing top of our Champions League group. Come on, lads, this is a big game here. Let's finish on a high. I was between playing the Chelsea game and playing the game in the DFB Pokal against Werder Bremen. I thought, I'm really not bothered about the DFB Pokal, and although I don't really care whether we finish top of our group or second, as long as we get through, that's the important side for me. But I thought, you know what, we can play Chelsea here. It's a big game, it should be exciting, and it is going to be Chelsea to get us kicked off in this first half period. Still Kovacic going to turn it over to Willian. Ball over the top to Kovacic. I'll tell you what, that was cracking. That was a lovely bit of football there from Chelsea. Let's flick that on now. Play it backwards if we can. Well done to Hood. Now feed it up the line to Torgan Hazard on the inside now. Paco Alcacer. Through now to Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz going to cut back onto his right foot. Kai Havertz looks to bend one. It's a comfortable save for Kepa. Here's Delaney. Play it through now to Larson. Little dink there. Paco Alcacer to Havertz. And another great save from Kepa. I thought that was going in. I thought he was going to palm it into his own net. Larson into Alcacer, who holds it up, dinks it to the right of him. And Kai Havertz lets one fly, but Kepa has that one covered. Keep the pressure on, let's slide in. Oh no, we've missed that, we've missed it. Willian, ball into the middle, great save from Berkey. Through to Paco Alcacer. Now we'll go to Havertz. A little bit of skill from Havertz here, trying to skip past one. It's now going to fall to Bruno Larson, who's going to put his legs through it and smash it over the bar. I wanted that badly to fall to Havertz there. It nearly did fall to him. Maybe should have looked at putting that ball through from Bruno Larson through back into the path of Kai Havertz to have a shot at target. But unfortunately, we put it straight over the bar. He lays it off now to Alcacer. Alcacer trying to play through that to Havertz! Oh, and Kepa again. Kepa has kept out Kai Havertz for about the second or third time now. Bruno Larson, who's now going to drop that shoulder and try and move forward. Loftus-Cheek's going to take him out. He's still going to come away with that ball as he puts it through now to Kai Havertz, to Paco Alcacer, and kept it again. It's like shooting against a brick wall. It's just not going in. I think for the sake of it, this time we're going to put the ball in and look for Delaney. Ball in. Kepa's going to come for it. He punches it. Come on, Alcacer, jump for it. It's cleared away only as far as Zagadou. Let's play it out now to Hazard, who's now going to put the ball back in. Ball in. Delaney's there. Hazard's going to bring this one down now. Here's Hazard. Hazard putting the ball in again. Looking for Delaney at the back post. Cleared away. I mean, there's been 6 minutes added on. And the referee is now going to blow that half-time whistle. Only 2 minutes was added on. We kept going. Had we kept that ball in there as well, it had probably gone on for another minute or two. We were putting crosses in left, right and centre. And eventually Chelsea get us off their back as the referee does blow that half-time whistle. We're going to jump back into the second half with exactly the same team, with Paco Alcacer kicking us off in the second half. Play that through now. Beautiful. Havertz. This time!
The shot from that position left a bit to be desired. You just got to hit the target.
Havertz, you're killing me here, son. You are killing me. Playing good football here, Chelsea at the moment. Don't let him put that ball in. Zagadou's going to put it in now and put it out. Here's Akimi. What have we done? Get rid of that ball. Klosterman. Neres is there and he's hit the post. Havertz going to ping one over the top now for Larson, who is on the wrong side. He's usually on the left side. He's coming down the right side. Here he comes on the inside now to Havertz, who should finish it this time. And it's blocked again. Havertz, you are killing me. Vigo going through now to Ennis Bardi. He's going to turn his man. Beautiful skill from Bardi there. Through now to Bruno Larson. Ennis Bardi's here. Ennis Bardi feeds it through to Marlen, who's through a goal. And the first attack we have with the two new substitutes in Ennis Bardi at that central attacking midfield role. And Marlen at the striker. The first bit of football, it starts with Ennis Bardi, who has a beautiful ticky-tacky with his feet. A few passes with Bruno Larson through the midfield. We split the defence. Marlen's through. One-on-one with the keeper. And he slots that one home. Keep pressing, keep trying, and hope we can get a chance on goal once more as Ennis Bardi. Go through now to Marlen. Marlen's going to flick it up. Marlen lays it through there now to Bruno Larson, who's going to hit it at the near post. And it's another great save for Kepa. It is a corner. We'll go with a short ball here. Nice little short ball. And then just put this in to Torgan Hazard. Hazard whips one in towards Sionsu at the back post. Cleared away only as far as it was going to be, I do believe. Marlen on the edge of the box. He was just going to hit it. But the referee has decided to blow his full-time whistle. We have beaten Chelsea 1-0. And it means that we do finish top of our Champions League group. I do believe on 16 points. A very decent game. Stat-wise, on paper, it looks very level. 10 shots for us, 5 on target. They had 6 shots, 4 on target. They were so much more clinical when it comes to shot accuracy, but we didn't stop fighting. We kept pressing, and once Daniel Marlen and Ennis Bardi come on, it was a different game. The first attack we had with them, we put it in the back of the net, and that is why Daniel Marlen, with an 8.3 rating, picks up man of the match. And we do start off today's episode with a 1-0 win over Chelsea. Well, not the biggest score lines that I would have liked against Chelsea, but a great way to kick off the start of today's episode. A win over Frank Lampard's Chelsea 1-0 puts us in a great position to continue that positive attitude throughout today's episode, as we do now look to get this game against Hoffenheim. We're at home in the Bundesliga. It's important right now that every 3 points we make ours. It looks like there that Nathan Ake has been bought by Hoffenheim from Bournemouth, and you can see the lineup that we are also putting out, and a change to the front two. Marlen playing up top in striker, and Ennis Bardi behind him in the central attacking midfield. The performance, the last 20-25 minutes that they put in against Chelsea at the end of that game was incredible, and they both deserve a shot to start against Hoffenheim. It's as simple as that. You can see that Guerra is also now back, or Guerrero, should I say, is now back at that left mid position over Julian Brandt. Unfortunately, Larson, who had a great game as well, played much better than Brandt has in a very long time. He is unfortunately not fully fit, but we have gone with Daniel Marlen up top in the striker position. Behind him, we've got Ennis Bardi in the central attacking midfield. Guerrero, Delaney, Vittel and Sancho through the midfield. Schultz, Hummels, Akanji and Dumfries at the back, with Roman Berkey between the sticks. Let's get into this game against Hoffenheim, and let's make sure those 3 points are ours by half time. Come on, lads. We've got this. We have got this. The rain may be pouring, but it will not dull the efforts that we put in against Hoffenheim here. I believe that was James Milner potentially there playing in the midfield for half an hour. But it is going to be our man Marlon to get us kicked off in his first half period. Let's get it on the way. And we are going to control this game. And most importantly, win this game. Win that header. Great flick on there. And then we'll go straight through now to Marlon. He's going to be straight in behind this defence. Here comes Marlon at the Hoffenheim defence. Marlon going to cut back onto his right foot. Looks to bend one. Sancho's there to head home. And it's out for a goal kick. I never thought that would have happened. It was a great counter-attack. And out of nothing, we were gone. And that's what I want to see throughout the whole of this 90 minutes. Let's make sure we've got a man on the line. He may go for goalie. I'm not sure what they're going to do. He's left it. Yeah, he's gone for goal. Wow. Becky, you've got to do better from there, son. You've got to do better from there. Sakai just smashes that one. And it's in. It's a dummy from the first man. Boom. I'll watch this one because I want to see 3-4 angles of this because this was incredible.
Let's see the replay now.
Oh. Postage stamp. Stunning goal from Sakai. And well taken free kick. We are 1-0 down. It's not a great start. Going through there now to Dumfries, and then we'll go through there to Sancho, and Sancho's going to get it behind here now. Come on, Sancho, you need to make this count. Sancho, play it in now, play it in, and his body's there. It's 1-1. Well done, Ennis Bardi. Come on. That's what we need. We need a squad that is going to fight. Sancho gets caught a little bit there. If he'd have went down, it probably would have been a penalty. Oh, it's a great ball at the top, and Dumfries is caught well out of position here. We have to pull Akanji across now. Come on, Akanji. He's done Akanji quite easily. Wow. What a rocket. What a rocket. Hoffenheim don't score tap-ins, do they? An unbelievable free kick and an absolute rocket of a shot there from, I do believe, their left winger. He does Akanji. Look at this. Gets past Akanji. Cut him out. Boom. He touches that player on the line. No, it's offside, but he does very well. Rodrigo with a stunning goal in the 33rd minute. Force him out wide. Force him. Slide in there. Well done, Akanji. At 10 now with Guerrero, and let's go. Let's move. Move, move, move. Pacing up that side. Come on. He's going to get caught here, isn't he? Come on, Rafael Guerrero. Keep going, son. Keep going. Guerrero's still going. It's a cracking run by him. Guerrero looks for a little dink in now. Oh, all I needed was someone in the middle. Let's try and win that ball. Delaney to Ennis Bardi. Over now to Sancho, who's trying to dance his man. Oh, Brenet just battles him off the ball right on half time. We're not going to let this go. Come on. Let's keep fighting here, lads. Keep fighting. Here's Witsel. To Sancho. Sancho going back. We're giving the ball away. It's going to be definitely blown for half time now if Witsel doesn't catch him. And unfortunately, he doesn't catch him. They're now going to come forwards again. Come on, Dumfries. And as we turn Rodrigo back towards his own goal, the referee is going to blow for half time. It's 2-1, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting no points in the Bundesliga here. Again, we need 2 goals in this second half for us to take 3 points away. When you're looking at like Marlon, he's still so fully fit because he's just not been doing it for us. Marlon, I need you to turn on in the second half as Hoffenheim do get us kicked off in the second half period. Come on, Marlon, I believe in you. Let's go, Witsel. Let's move some. Through there now to Marlon. Marlon going to try and dance his man. Marlon is going to get through. Referee's definitely been caught there. I don't know why that wasn't going to go down as a penalty. But forget about the penalty. Daniel Marlon, after I told you guys he needs to turn up in the second half, he's just got us back in this half. How is this not a penalty, though? How is that not a penalty? Open your eyes, ref. Open your eyes. Still Mario Goethe around the corner now for Guerrero. Going to put that in behind now for Marlon. This is beautiful. On the inside now. Looking for Rafael Guerrero, who's trying to get there. And Benteke comes out to collect that ball. That was a great rush out from the keeper. And he had to really win that header. Beautiful. Let's move as a unit. Come on. It's Hazard. Through now to Daniel Marlon, who's taking this man. Marlon!
He's had a real go. It's a decent effort, that, with plenty of sting in it.
Yeah, not far away.
Oh, if that just goes on target, it's him. Unless we win this ball now, it's going to go out there for our throw. And come on, lads, we've got to do something quick with it. Let's move this ball and let's get it going.
Shuffle the pack a bit now.
Witsel. Mario Goethe. Oh, we're not going to get the chance. We drop 2 points.
Between the 2 teams, and it's finished all square. Well, this game's finished with 1 point. Some reward for considerable efforts today.
I don't think
Oh, that is heartbreaking. I mean, that free kick was ridiculous. Both of their goals were ridiculous. But unfortunately, on paper, it's pretty level. Yeah, 6 shots, 4 on target for us. They had 4 shots, 3 on target. Jadon Sancho picks up man of the match with an 8.7 for us. But we only get a point out of the game against Hoffenheim. I'm really starting to struggle in the Bundesliga now. I should be bagging all 3 points. And I'm just not. I'm really starting to struggle. And as Bayern keep pushing on, it's going to make it more and more difficult for us to ever catch them in this season 2 of Dortmund. Well, as we come up against Werder Bremen for the final game in today's episode in the DFB Pokal, it's been just one of those episodes again. I feel like I'm doing this a lot with the Dortmund career mode. I feel like it's tough. It's just tough. We've got a few players that don't want to play for us right now. I feel like if I go 1 or 2-0 down, I'm really struggling to push back and fight back. And I think when, I don't know how many of you guys actually play career mode and play it on ultimate difficulty. But when it is on ultimate difficulty, once you go 1 or 2-0 down, it is very difficult to pull it back and fight back. So really, to pull it back to 2-2 and get a point, I should normally be over the moon with that. But because right now we're fighting so hard to try and close the gap between Bayern Munich, getting a point against Hoffenheim just isn't good enough. We need to keep fighting. We've got to close the gap between us and RB Leipzig, us and Frankfurt, and then us and Bayern Munich. And if we're dropping points and only getting a point out of Hoffenheim, it doesn't really give us the ability to try and close that gap, and it gives them the ability to push on and think, well, Dortmund only got 1 point, we'll get 3. We've pushed the gap by an extra 2 points, which is a little bit frustrating, but I'm just hoping it's a rough patch. I'm hoping we're going to be able to bounce back, and I'm hoping that potentially winning the Bundesliga title is still within our grasp. I know it seems like it's a long way, it's a long reach, but I just feel like we can't give up, and we've just got to keep fighting, and I've got to hope these episodes turn around very soon. But up next, we are taking on Werder Bremen in the DFB Pokal in today's simulated game, and I have rotated the team completely so we can have our usual starting 11 back to full fitness for the first game in the next episode. We've gone with Haaland up top in the striker position, behind him Mario Götze in the central attacking midfield, Brandt, Weigl, De Hood and Havertz through the midfield, Hakimi, Sionju, Zagadou and Klosterman at the back, with Newman, our young goalkeeper that we brought through the rankings in Season 1, overall 76 rated now, Newman between the sticks. Now, I know I just said at the start of today's episode, and I mentioned that Charlie said don't play Julian Brandt. In simulated games, I don't mind playing him because realistically, he's an 88 rating, and under the EA gods, he may well do a decent job for us. He did just message me and say, boss, I want to be put back in the team. I want to fight for my place. Maybe this is his time to show me that he's going to fight. If he scores and we get the win over Werder Bremen, then maybe this is him showing me, look, boss, put me back in. I want to, fine, I'll be rotating with Rafael Guerrero. Will put me back on the team. I'm willing to fight to gain every point that we possibly can. But as we get this team warmed up against Werder Bremen and the AFL Pokal, can we get the win? We win 1-0. We win 1-0, and we are very lucky. Weigl scores in the 15th minute, and that is the only goal throughout the rest of the 75 minutes played. Zagadou picks up an injury in the 20th minute. We've got to keep our fingers crossed that is not going to be a serious injury. Hakimi gets a yellow card either right on half-time or right at the start of the second half. Cresswell on for Bolingolo. Marwold on for Harit in the second half for Werder Bremen. And then King for us, luckily for us should I say, misses a penalty in the 66th minute. I'm guessing that is Joshua King, the ex-Bournemouth man. I'm guessing Werder Bremen brought him from Eddie Howe's team Bournemouth, but he misses the penalty. Whether Newman saved it or he just missed it, we won't know. But in the 66th minute, King could have brought it back to 1-1. He doesn't. We do manage to win 1-0. Unfortunately, it looks like Julian Brandt done absolutely nothing after saying, put me back in the team. But at least we kept a clean sheet. At least we get the win. And at least we do finish on a high at the end of today's episode. I mean, the EA gods just love kicking you when you're down. RB Leipzig have only just lost 1-0 to Werder Bremen, haven't they? There's still a 2-point gap. Had we just won that game, we would have... Would we have been on level points? Would have been on level points with them on 33. We would have closed that gap between us and them. What an absolute nightmare. There's now 7 points between us and Frankfurt. And a whopping 11 points between us and FC Bayern Munich. That is going to be a really tough gap to close between us and Bayern. It certainly is not going to be easy. But as we come to the end of today's episode, we'll take a quick look at the games in the next episode. We're taking on Jurgen Klopp's first managerial position in the Bundesliga, and that was Mainz 05. We then have Hamburg in the Bundesliga at home to then finish off the Christmas month of December and move into January where the transfer window opens. And the first game as it currently stands is going to be against FC Köln, a team that we lost to earlier in the season. We cannot afford to lose them again. But it does look like in the next episode, ladies and gentlemen, the transfer window will open. So as we touched up on about a left-midded position player, we played Julian Brandt in that game then against, who did we just simulate against? Werder Bremen. And he didn't do anything. He's still not obviously playing well. Do we look to bring in a new left-midded player? I'm thinking yes. I'm thinking we probably do need a new left-mid if we're not going to be able to play Julian Brandt. Do we maybe try him at the central attacking midfield role? Maybe he's not happy being out on the wing. He wants to play through the middle. I feel like Havertz plays a little bit better through the middle. I'm just not sure what to do with him. But I think if you guys want to drop some left-midded players down below in the comment section, we can certainly look at them in the next couple of episodes before the January transfer window does close. And if we bring one in, then I don't think Julian Brandt will probably get into this team very often at all. I think maybe every 4 or 5 episodes we may play him or play him in the simulated games or something. But I really don't see how he is going to get into our team. It's probably just not going to happen. And as we do end today's episode, guys, we do retain 4th position. We are joint with VfL Wolfsburg on 31 points, though 2 points behind RB Leipzig. We could have really done with getting that win against Hoffenheim. It would have been huge for us, but unfortunately, it just wasn't meant to happen. The only thing we can do now is focus on the next episode, put this episode behind us, and keep hoping that we can push on and get back to our winning ways. But that is going to do it for today's episode, guys. And if you have enjoyed it, please do give it a big thumbs up for me. Don't forget to drop your comments down below. If you're new around here, click that subscribe button. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. And I've been MassiveBrad. Peace out.